there, yarn lovers, it's Gary and I'm coming to you from my living room here in Vancouver, Canada. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's Tuesday, April the 6th, 2021, and this is my second recording of making this particular video. I've had street constructions all morning happening, and I thought, well, now maybe they're on a break because it's lunchtime, that they're away from their equipment, but let's just cross our fingers and hope that we can get through this without any noises. And if there are noises, I do apologize and bear with me. So this is not a regular podcast of mine. I am uploading the 10 favorite Yarny questions that I was tagged in by Crystal at Bag A Day. Hi, Crystal. And she's come up with this great fun project in getting out some questions for us YouTubers to answer, and also some of her Yarny Peeps that she has on her channel to answer through her comment section. I'll leave her link down below to just to show where it all originated from. And sometimes these questionnaires circulate, but we haven't done one for a while. And I think it's great because we don't get to hear the favorites all in one small segment of a video. We talk about some things and generally about our projects and our makes, but we don't hear what our answers would be for all of our favorites within the one video. So I'm really super excited to get started on this one. And I know that some things have happened over the course of the weekend that just passed, which was the long weekend and Easter weekend for those people who celebrate. I hope that everyone had a great Easter. But I'm not going to glaze over them in this video. I'm going to do a separate video to talk about some of the exciting things that happened for me over the course of the Easter break. Let's get straight into it and jump into these questions. Okay, question 1. What is your favorite color of yarn? Well, my favorite color of yarn is green. If you've been with me for a while, I'm always like mentioning what a lovely hue of green this is, whether it's avocado, jade, more of the aquatic greens like a sea foam green, or a dark mysterious green, hunter green. Now, all of us have choices in our yarn color wheel, and there are some of those greens that are hard to work with, right? As with all of our favorites, whether we can wear a certain color or pair it with something else, you know how versatile that color is within the hue. So there are a couple of greens there that get a bit muddy, or they suggest a festive season, that are hard to combine other yarn colors with. So I do have my favorites within the greens, and I acknowledge that some greens are harder to work with, but really, really love green. Absolutely a fun color. If you haven't tried it, give it a go. Number 2 here is, what is your favorite weight of yarn? Well, if you asked me that when I first started my YouTube channel, I think I might have been 6 months into my knitting and crocheting journey, I would have said, and I have said in the past of a quiz, that 4 weight yarn was my favorite because it was quick to work up. I had all of the knitting needles and hook sizes for 4 weight. And I really liked working with 4 weight because you could see stitch definition, and you also had, it sat well within fabric that would make up a nice pullover or a nice hat, so it was quite versatile that way, or a scarf. But since then, now I'm saying a 3 weight is probably my favorite because I love marling yarns together. So I have favorite colors, and sometimes I think, well, if the color was just a little bit more brighter or a little bit more in depth with a different shade, I sometimes will hold 2 3s together and make up my own 4 weight yarn. So for that technique in itself, I really love the 3. Carrying on, question 3 here is, what is your favorite style of yarn? Now, I think I might have just answered that. It is marl yarn, so 2 ply of different colors. They could be duotone, they could be gradations, but twisted together to get an interesting effect in the yarn. I absolutely love those. I'm not sure whether that's answering the question, But also I like heathered variety of yarn where you can get some speckle in the fabric that you create with either a heather or a marl. So I'm going to say that those are two of my favorites. Number 4 here is what is my favorite fiber of yarn, and that's definitely, out of all of them, synthetics and natural, I'm going to say it is merino wool. I know that there are other animal products out there that are like Angora or mohair or cashmere. Who can afford cashmere? Come on. All of those are out there for us to try out. Yak. But I really like the merino wool. Now that includes the superwash merino for ease of care. You can throw that in the wash, and sometimes if the label says, you can put it in the dryer as well. So I do like the merino wool. Number 5 here is, what is your favorite brand that you can get easily within your country? Because I live in Canada, I have to kind of limit that to getting easy in a Michael's store would be the Loops and Threads brand. So they do house a couple of other brands as well, like Lion brand, they have Bernet, they have Caron. So I'm going to say that Loops and Threads is easy for me to get, and it seems that our Michael's here in Vancouver, which another location that I need to go to because our around the corner one closed down, they do get quite regular new items with Loops and Threads. Seems to come out in a timely manner. So those are the ones that I can get that are brand new to the public, and in a timely manner. So I'm going to say Loops and Threads. What is your favorite brand that isn't easy to get within my country? Now, the brand of yarn that is difficult to get in Canada, you'd have to go to a local yarn store for these types of yarns, would be Noro. Now, there are 2 factors that make it hard for me to get, because I generally don't have the finances to buy a lot of Noro, but when I see a sale out there and I maybe find it in a location online, or if it's in a bricks and mortar store here in a local yarn store, I will try and get it when it's on sale. So I'm going to say Noro is not readily available for us to get here in Canada. And then there's also the Hobby Lobby variety of yarns as well, because we don't have Hobby Lobby up here in Canada, and they don't ship it across border. They don't ship it internationally, full stop. Nor does Joann's, nor does Smiley's, which is another place in New York State that I've been wanting to get some of their yarns as well, but unfortunately they do not ship to Canada or anywhere international. So those brands as well are hard to come by. Number 7 here is, what is my favorite store online and favorite bricks and mortar? So online would have to be Hirschner's, because they do have a great selection of affordable economic yarns that you can find in, I guess, Michael's for us. And if you're shopping in Walmart, there's also some of the selection in Walmart that are sold in Hirschner's. So I find Hirschner's has a great selection of different brands, which is awesome, but they also have a sister company which is combined. When you do go shopping at Hirschner's, there's a tab at the front of the top of the website that says Willow Yarns, and that is the sister company using the same shopping cart when you do make purchases from Willow Yarns as the Hirschner's shopping cart. So Willow Yarns is a more of a higher end or different styles of yarn fibers that you might not be able to find on the Hirschner's side of the website. So I do like that because of the duality there. Excuse the noises out on the street. We are trying to work with construction that's going on outside the building right now. So number 8 is, oh sorry, I didn't answer. No, I did. Number 8 is, do you keep scrap yarns? If so, what do you do with them? Yes, I do keep scrap yarns to use, and I do like making scrap projects. And one of the big reasons why I like keeping my scrap yarns is because maybe I get a little bit precious with the yarn when it's not used, and I put it aside thinking I'm going to wait for something special to use the yarn for. Once it's used and I have a little bit left over, I don't know, 20 grams, 10 grams, I then start playing with combining yarns. So I'll hold two yarns together, I'll do some color work, I will blend different colors together, like in maybe a fade, to see how that works. So I really do like my scrap yarns because it does teach me a lot about different yarn combinations. So the next one here is number 9. What is my favorite thing to crochet or knit? I'm gonna have to say a cowl. I love knitting and crocheting cowls because when you kind of start a cowl, you don't really have to swatch for it, unless of course it's a particular pattern that you're making up that asks for you to swatch because you need a certain tightness or looseness around your neck. But when I'm making up a swatch or whatever, I can switch it into a cowl, or if I am finding that the pattern that I'm reading has a increase or decrease possibility by a certain number of stitches, I then can play around with making it a little snugger or making it super, super long where I can make it into an infinity scarf. So it's very, very versatile. And I like that when you start a project with a cowl, you can kind of like live with any of the mistakes that you might make. Perhaps maybe it's the wrong set of needles and the fabric is going too large for the pattern that you're following. You can still wear it, so it's quite a versatile and forgiving item to make. Number 10 here, the last one is, what if there was one thing to knit or crochet, the last thing for the rest of my life that I could knit or crochet, what would it be and what yarn would I use? Well, I've answered the yarn question, and that would be Noro. And I was thinking about this, and what would it be that I would make? And I'm thinking a beautiful, beautiful long length trench coat. So all the trimmings, I want there to be buckles, I want there to be buttons, pockets, a beautiful big lapel, a belt. I want there to be clips so that the cuffs have a little bit of a button detail clip that you can fold over and clip it up. All the trimmings. So that's what I think I would make out of Noro yarn. So that answers the 10 questions. I have to tag some people to have this move on and continue on with the fun. But before I do that, I just want to say any fiber friend who is here on Urban Yarn, you can answer any or all of these questions, whichever one is the one that you're drawn to answer, down in the comment section below. I would love to read all of what you consider are your favorites. And with that, let's tag some people here. Lynette from Charm Grammy Crochet. Hi Lynette, I love watching Lynette's channel. Oh, I never miss an episode. I know she's doing like 4 make-alongs right now. She's supporting so many other crafters out there who are running their YouTube channels and creating their own make-alongs. So Lynette, I hope you have some time to answer the 10 questions. And if not, I totally understand. Granny D from Knit, Purl and Squirrel with Granny D Thompson. You're tagged as well. Hi Granny D. And I love watching her channel as well. Granny D has the infinite memory of remembering everyone's name when they come and visit her on lives, and I just, hats off to you. I don't know how you do it, how you keep all of us straight in there, like and you always remember something special about each person, which makes me even adore you more. The other person is Tracy from Creatively Tracy. Hi Tracy. I absolutely love watching Tracy's YouTube channel as well, and I'd love to hear her responses to these 10 questions too. David from David Browning. Now, David Browning is the YouTube channel name, so if you want to whip across there to check out what his answers will be. I hope that he has time to answer these questions as well. Love his channel as well. Hi, David. So yeah, with that, I think I've tagged everyone. I'm interested in hearing all of the Fiber Friends comments down below on their faves, and I will catch you up in the next exciting episode that I've got some things to tell you about. So yeah, I'll catch up with you shortly. Bye for now.